There comes a moment in every chosen soul's journey when the world around you begins to feel strangely unfamiliar. Not because it has changed, but because you have. You start questioning the very essence of who you are, where your spirit truly belongs, and what purpose your existence is meant to fulfill. Perhaps, for a long time, you drifted through life like so many others, pulled by expectations, shaped by noise, molded by roles given to you instead of chosen by you. Maybe you spent years trying to be liked, trying to fit into places that never felt like home, trying to meet standards that were never meant for your spirit. And yet, beneath all of it, a subtle whisper always lived inside you, a gentle echo reminding you that you were not born to dissolve into the background or disappear behind masks crafted for survival. No, you were born with a deeper calling, a truth that refuses to remain buried forever. That is why the universe has placed this very moment in front of you, guiding you to pause, breathe, and remember what your soul has always known. The journey toward your true identity is never simple. It is not a path paved with certainty or comfort. It is a path of shedding, of breaking illusions, of recognizing how much of your life was built from other people's voices instead of your own. But within this difficulty lies the beauty of awakening, because only those whose spirits have matured, those who are ready to meet themselves without fear, can take the first steps toward becoming whole. As you listen now, something inside you may already be stirring, rising, aligning with the truth you've avoided yet secretly longed for. There is nothing accidental about it. The universe does not call those who are not prepared. And if you feel something resonating, vibrating softly within your chest, that is the sign that your journey has begun. You may not realize it, but every moment of confusion, every season of emptiness, every restless night spent questioning your worth was never a punishment, it was preparation. Life has a mysterious way of guiding souls who are meant for more through storms that strip them bare so they may finally see themselves clearly. You are not meant to follow the current blindly, like those who never stop to ask who they truly are. You are not meant to be lost in validation, trapped in cycles of fear, or shackled by the need to be accepted. The universe has always known your potential, even when you doubted it. That is why everything that once broke you was actually shaping you into someone capable of recognizing the truth hiding beneath your pain. And now, as you stand on the edge of transformation, your spirit begins whispering louder, pushing you to stop running from yourself and start embracing the identity that has always been waiting for you. And before you continue this journey, pause for a moment. If you feel guided, subscribe to the channel ARS Spiritual Vibes and leave a comment below saying, "I am ready to meet my true self," so the universe may witness your intention. This is not just a simple action, it is a declaration to yourself, a mark of your readiness to step into your higher path. Every soul who speaks their readiness sets energy into motion, and that motion becomes the first key to unlocking the truth that has been calling your name. Because whether you realize it or not, the signs have been appearing for a long time. You have felt disconnected from things that used to matter. You have pulled away from people who once influenced your choices. You have stopped tolerating situations that drained your spirit. You have begun questioning patterns you once followed blindly. And while part of you may still feel uncertain, another part, deeper, older, wiser, knows exactly what is happening. You are no longer seeking external approval. You are no longer shaping your identity based on how others perceive you. You are no longer interested in performing roles that do not reflect the truth of your being. This shift may confuse those around you. They may wonder why you changed, why you no longer give attention to the things they find important, why you walk differently, think differently, feel differently. But you are not here to satisfy their expectations. You are here to fulfill the calling written into your soul long before you took your first breath. This awakening is not random. It is a spiritual alignment. The universe is removing everything that blocks you from recognizing who you truly are. The chaos you once felt is slowly transforming into clarity. The anxiety that used to grip your chest is melting into calmness. The doubts that haunted your thoughts are losing their power, and the fear that kept you small is dissolving in the presence of your expanding awareness. As your inner world shifts, you begin to notice something extraordinary. A growing sense of peace, untouched by external circumstances. This peace is not forced. It is not fabricated. It appears naturally like the first sunrise after a long and exhausting night. It is the peace that comes from standing closer to your truth. With every moment of realization, your spirit becomes stronger. With every insight, you gain courage. With every release, you uncover another piece of the identity you buried beneath years of survival. And as you reclaim yourself piece by piece, your soul begins to shine in ways you forgot were possible. You start to walk with a different energy, quieter yet more powerful, gentler yet more grounded. You begin to see through illusions that once controlled you. You feel the weight of old expectations falling away. You step into a version of yourself that feels more authentic, more aligned, more whole. Another world may try to pull you back into who you used to be. You no longer respond. Not because you are distant, but because you finally know the difference between living for others and living for your soul.
As your awakening deepens, you begin to notice that the world you once believed in is not the same world you see now. It is as if a veil has slowly lifted from your eyes, revealing layers of truth that had always been present but never fully visible to you. This new clarity doesn't arrive with fireworks or dramatic revelations. Rather, it unfolds in quiet, profound waves, reshaping the way you interpret your experiences, your relationships, and your own inner voice. You start becoming more aware of your emotions, not as reactions, but as signals, guiding you toward greater understanding. You feel subtle shifts within yourself, a growing discomfort around environments that drain you, a sudden urge to distance yourself from people who disrespect your spirit, and a surprising sense of freedom when you choose your well-being over pleasing others. These changes are not coincidences. They are signs that your soul is maturing into its true form. And while others may not understand the transformation taking place within you, the universe understands it perfectly. Every step you take away from old patterns is a step toward alignment. Every boundary you set is a declaration that you are no longer willing to betray yourself just to maintain an illusion of harmony. And though the world around you may react in confusion, questioning why you've changed, why you've become quieter, more selective, more introspective, you know within your heart that you are not withdrawing from life. You are returning to yourself. This process can feel both liberating and overwhelming. There are days when you feel powerful, as if you can sense the energy of the universe flowing through you. And there are days when you feel lost, uncertain, or emotionally raw, as though everything old is dissolving faster than you can process. But this is the natural rhythm of awakening. You are shedding years of conditioning, false identities, and inherited expectations. It is impossible to undergo such a profound inner shift without moments of discomfort. Like a snake shedding its skin or a seed breaking open beneath the earth, transformation requires both release and rupture. And yet, within the upheaval, something beautiful begins to emerge. The recognition that you are no longer afraid of being alone with your own thoughts. You are no longer intimidated by silence. You begin to understand that solitude is not emptiness. It is the space where your true self finally speaks. Your intuition, once ignored or overshadowed by noise, becomes sharper, stronger, more reliable. You catch subtle energies you used to overlook, the heaviness behind someone's smile, the sincerity in a stranger's gesture, or the uneasiness that warns you when a situation is not aligned with your spirit. You realize that intuition is not a mystical force reserved for a chosen few. It is the natural language of the soul. And now that you are more connected to your inner world, its voice becomes unmistakable. This heightened sensitivity may feel overwhelming at times, but it is a powerful gift. It allows you to navigate life with deeper wisdom, recognizing truths that others cannot see. And as you learn to trust this inner compass, You begin making choices based not on fear or obligation, but on authenticity and spiritual alignment. You stop apologizing for protecting your peace. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You stop tolerating relationships that drain your energy or invalidate your worth. These are not signs of selfishness. They're signs of awakening. A person who knows their worth does not settle for half-hearted connections or spaces where their soul is unwelcome. You are beginning to honor your own presence, your own heart, your own needs. And although this transformation may distance you from some people, it brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. Because the universe always removes what is not meant for your higher path. Letting go becomes easier when you realize that nothing aligned with your soul will ever require you to abandon yourself. As you evolve, some friendships fade, old dreams crumble, and familiar environments begin to feel foreign. But instead of resisting, you start accepting these endings with grace. You understand that every departure creates space for something more aligned to enter. You no longer cling to things out of fear. You allow life to flow naturally, trusting that what is meant for you will arrive without force, and what is not meant for you will fall away no matter how tightly you hold on. You also begin to notice a deeper shift. Your relationship with pain changes. In the past, discomfort may have felt like an enemy to escape from. Now it feels like a teacher. You no longer run from your shadows. You face them. You observe your fears, your insecurities, your old wounds with compassion instead of judgment. You begin to see how your past experiences shaped you, not as punishment, but as preparation. The heartbreaks that once shattered you now reveal their purpose. They taught you strength. The disappointments that once discouraged you now show their meaning. They redirected you. The betrayals that once wounded you now uncover their lessons. They taught you to trust your intuition. You begin to understand that nothing in your life was accidental. Every painful moment carved out space for your awakening. Every loss pushed you closer to your true identity. Every challenge refined your spirit. And now, with this deeper awareness, you no longer fear the unknown. Instead, you feel a quiet confidence building within you, a sense of surrender, not out of defeat, but out of trust. This surrender is not passive. It is powerful. It means you no longer cling to illusions or force outcomes that don't resonate with your soul. You allow things to unfold naturally, knowing that the universe works in perfect timing, not your timing. You begin to see synchronicities everywhere, repeating numbers, meaningful dreams, sudden insights, chance encounters, messages that seem to appear exactly when you need them. These signs are not random. They are confirmations that you are aligned with your spiritual path. And as this alignment grows stronger, you begin to feel a deep inner certainty that you are protected, guided, and supported by forces far greater than yourself. But perhaps the most profound change is the growing sense of inner stability that no one else can shake. You may face challenges, but you remain centered. You may encounter chaos, but you remain grounded. You may feel moments of doubt, but you no longer collapse into fear. This stability is the result of building your life from within instead of relying on external validation. You become your own anchor, your own sanctuary, your own home. And when you reach this state, you finally understand that identity is not built through others. It is discovered through introspection, through courage, through listening to your soul. The journey is far from over, but you have reached a place many never arrive at, the point where you can no longer return to who you used to be. You have outgrown your old self. Your awakening is irreversible, and now the universe prepares to reveal the next chapter of your transformation, a chapter where you step into the world not as who you were taught to be, as who you truly are.
As you continue walking deeper into the landscape of your true identity, you begin to realize that awakening is not a final destination, but an ever-evolving journey, one that continuously invites you to rediscover yourself in deeper, more profound layers. What once felt like the peak of understanding becomes only the beginning of another ascent, another unveiling, another calling toward a more expansive version of who you are becoming. You no longer cling to old definitions of yourself, because you now understand that identity is fluid, shaped not by the expectations of others, but by the wisdom of your soul. The more you listen to this inner wisdom, the more you begin to sense the subtle difference between the voice of fear and the voice of intuition. Fear speaks loudly. Intuition speaks softly. Fear demands your attention. Intuition waits patiently for you to acknowledge it. Fear confines you to the familiar. Intuition guides you into the unknown, where your growth resides. And as you learn to distinguish between these voices, your decisions begin to change. You choose paths that reflect courage instead of comfort, authenticity instead of approval, purpose instead of routine. You're no longer driven by the need to be understood by others, because you have finally learned to understand yourself. This shift creates a powerful ripple in your life. You begin to attract experiences that align with your spirit rather than your wounds. You begin to meet people who resonate with your growth instead of your insecurities. You begin to feel a sense of belonging not in external places, but within your own being. And with every step forward, you feel the universe responding, opening doors that once seemed locked, bringing clarity to questions that once felt overwhelming, illuminating possibilities you never imagined before. This is the magic of alignment. When your inner world changes, your outer world begins to rearrange itself accordingly. With this newfound clarity, you also begin to view your past not with resentment, but with gratitude. The moments that once weighed heavily on your heart now appear as necessary steps on your path. You realize that healing did not erase your past, it transformed your relationship with it. You no longer see your old self as weak or misguided, but as a version of you that did the best it could with the awareness it had. This self-compassion becomes one of your greatest strengths. It frees you from shame. It frees you from regret. It frees you from the harsh inner critic that once controlled your decisions. With compassion comes forgiveness, not only for others, but for yourself. You stop punishing yourself for not knowing earlier what you know now. You stop replaying old mistakes as if they define you. You stop wishing your journey had been easier, because now you understand that ease does not create depth, challenges do. Your spirit carries a wisdom that only comes from surviving storms. And now, standing in your new awareness, you feel a quiet pride rising within you, not from ego, but from recognition of your resilience. You made it through things that once felt impossible. You rose from pain that could have crushed you. You kept going even when you didn't fully understand your purpose, and that perseverance brought you to this moment. You are no longer who you once were. You have grown, expanded, evolved. The version of you reading these words carries more courage, more clarity, and more authenticity than ever before. This is the power of awakening. It transforms ordinary moments into sacred revelations. As your consciousness deepens, you begin to feel a stronger sense of responsibility, not to others' expectations, but to your own spirit. You begin to ask different questions. What aligns with my soul? What brings peace to my heart? What feels true to who I am becoming? These questions guide you into a life built on intention rather than obligation. You begin to honor your energy. You begin to protect your boundaries. You begin to invest in experiences that nourish your inner world instead of draining it. And with this awareness, your life slowly becomes a reflection of authenticity. This authenticity may challenge people who benefited from your old patterns. They may accuse you of changing, distancing yourself, or becoming different. But growth always looks like rebellion to those who prefer you small. You are not responsible for their comfort. You're responsible for your evolution. And the universe supports those who choose truth over illusion. The more you align with your authentic self, the more you feel a calmness settling within your spirit. A calmness that no longer depends on circumstances or validation. It is the calmness of someone who knows who they are and what they will no longer allow instead in life. It is the calmness of someone whose soul is fully awake. This inner stability becomes your foundation, your anchor, your guiding light as you step into the next chapter of your journey. You begin to walk with a quiet confidence, not because you have everything figured out, but because you finally trust yourself to navigate whatever comes next. And now, as this chapter of awakening comes to a close, you pause to acknowledge how far you have come. You recognize the signs of transformation within you, the deeper awareness, the heightened intuition, the emotional maturity, the spiritual alignment. These are not small changes. They are profound shifts that mark the emergence of your true identity. You are no longer lost. You are no longer wandering aimlessly. You are no longer searching yourself in the reflections of others. You have returned to your own essence, to the truth that has been waited for you all along. And before you continue walking this sacred path, I want to take a moment to honor your presence. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing growth, for choosing truth, for choosing your soul. Your journey is a testament to courage, and I am grateful to walk beside you in this moment. If this message resonates with your spirit, I invite you, once more, to subscribe to ARS Spiritual Vibes so you can continue receiving guidance, clarity, and spiritual alignment on your path. By doing so, you affirm your readiness to step deeper into your awakening, to embrace the full light of who you truly are, to honor your journey with intention and devotion. And as you take this next step, may the universe continue to guide you, protect you, and illuminate your path. Your true self is no longer hidden. It is rising, expanding, shining through every layer of your being. And the world is finally ready to meet the real you.